Hey, it's John Mendis with another Wolf Minute here. This week I want to talk about thinking about your thinking. What and why thinking. I got a book, it's called The Ultra Mindset by Travis Macy, 8 Core Principles for Business, Sports, and Life for Success. 8 Core Principles for Success. I'm just going to read you a real quick quote. Think about your goals in why terms when you want to be energized, stay motivated, or avoid temptations. Think about your goals in what terms when you are dealing with something particularly difficult, unfamiliar, or anything that takes a long time to learn. So think about your goals in terms of why you're doing it. When you need the motivation, think about goals, what you're doing in the what terms. Think about what you're doing when you need to really focus on the details. At Wolf Construction, we always talk about our vision, which is to be the best construction in the Midwest, exceeding our customers' expectations in service, craftsmanship, and expertise. And that's a pretty powerful thing when we're talking about why we're doing things, when it's hot out, when we have a lot of work to do, when we have challenges on job sites. But sometimes it's important to focus on what we're doing, when the details really matter, when we're doing a task that's new to us or that we don't do very often. It's really important to buckle down and make sure we're getting it right. We deal with a lot of details every day that are really important, have big consequences if they're not done right. Another example, recently I was participating in the 30-hour USARA Adventure Racing National Championships, which is an ultra-endurance sport, requires physical and mental stamina, it really challenges. And there's a lot of times when you're out there that you really need to think about, why am I doing this? And you need the motivation to keep going. But there's also times where you need to think about what you're doing. At that race, we had to plot coordinates on a map of checkpoints, and we plotted an east-west coordinate that should have been 20 as 200, which turns out that's about 180 meters difference. And as you can imagine, it took us a while to figure out that we were not in the right place. We had to replot the checkpoint, go find it. We started that section in second place, and we left that section of the race in 15th place. So it was big consequences for something that literally took us a couple minutes, but we did wrong. So that was a time where we should have been a little bit more focused on what we were doing and not why we were doing it. So that's an example. Remember, think about why you're doing things when you need the motivation. Think about what you're doing when the details really matter. Thanks.